Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is your boy Perry Walker, and it has been a hot minute since I posted on this channel. Yes, I took a brief sabbatical away from this channel, and I'm doing the same thing with my other channel. You know that trying to do this YouTube thing can kind of take a toll on your mental psyche, especially when you're trying to get things going, and it can really get to you. You put all your effort into making these videos, and the return on investment sometimes isn't there. But I'm back, and I'm showcasing this beat that I made for this young fella. He started getting into that Philadelphia old school soul sound. Those groups like the Delphonic, Stylistic, the Spinners, and the Three Degrees, and many others, right? And so those of you who are the baby boomers, old school guys from that time, you know what I'm talking about. But anyhow, he heard this particular beat on this YouTube channel, and he wanted to know if I could, replicate it. Now, I did. I added my own little stuff in it. I played some of the instruments because I didn't want to go down that sampling rabbit hole and possibly get a copyright strike. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for this. But anyhow, this is what he saw on that YouTube channel.
Come on. Ooh-wee. Can I get a yee? We live from the backyard. Bars on I-95. What a feeling.
Now, for those of you who are not familiar with that Philadelphia sound, the name of that song that those guys took those samples from was a song called Between Hello and Goodbye. So I took a snippet of it, right? And I told him, I warned him, I said, hey, look, it's all cool if you do this locally, but of course, if you want to put this out or release it, you're going to have to get permission for the samples we use. But anyhow, I want to walk you guys through what I did, right? Okay, what you see over here is my session that I created, right? I have some percussion. Let me bring up the mixer part. I have some strings, drums. I have some bass guitar that I added because, when I tried to split the sample, the bass, I didn't like how the bass sounded. And plus, I wanted to kind of play it, kind of make it a little bit different. And, kick, SP1200 kick, and some percussion. And these are the samples from the actual song. Now, Studio One has this nice feature called split sample that you can take some audio and you can split it. It does a pretty good job at it. It's not perfect, but it does enough so that you can, get going, doing what you want to do. Now, check it out. Now, of course, by themselves, you can hear some of the artifacts. Like I said, this sample or what do they call it, stem split tool isn't perfect, but I added some little bit of effects to kind of make them sound a little bit more lively, right? But let me unmute it. I'm just going to start this thing straight up and just play what I did, okay? Check it out. And I also took some samples from Splice because Another cool thing about Studio One is they have a splice integration, right? And so I just looked up different sounds that sound like that Philadelphia sound to kind of add to it. And again, like I told the fella that I made this beat for, that I did that to kind of evade that copyright thing, but I also told him that if he uses it, like if he use it as a release, he's gonna have to get permission. Hopefully I don't get striked for the vocal part. And so I brought up some voices that kind of sounded like the stylistics, right? These particular voices right here. Let me do it. Right. Let me bring it over here. So, not them, but sound pretty close. Now, I made an attempt before I decided. I said, man, I better split the sample because I tried to use my vocals. Now, don't laugh, guys. Now, this is pretty awful. Okay, this is really, really bad. But I also add them with the stylistic because it adds some little texture, but I have them turned down really, really low. So don't laugh when you hear them because it's pretty funny because I can't sing. As you can hear, boy, I put a lot of that auto-tune, waves tune, and it still didn't help very much. But when you mix it all in together, it kind of comes out together. Now, one of the things I really needed to do was this bass line right here. Let me start that. I chose on Studio One, they have these different bass instruments you can use, and I chose the vintage finger performance. 1 2 1 2, yeah. I didn't know if my mic was still on, but I chose this vintage performance. And one of the things I did, the thing I love about Studio One, right? Everyone talks about using side chain processing, right? Or parallel processing. Yeah, that's the better word. Talk about using parallel processing. One cool thing about Studio One is that it has a split tool where you can add effects in, right? And run them in parallel with the original sound to run them down your audio chain, your mix chain for that channel. And so that way, you can have more control. Like, let me turn this this red distortion thingy off. You're gonna hear the difference. Yeah, that sounds. I'm gonna turn it back on. 2, 3, go. It kind of adds this little bit of an edge to it, right? And I dig it, and I just wanted to share this with you guys. So any of you producers out there or new producers, maybe you hear a song that you like, but you're like, man, I don't know if I want to sample it like that, or maybe if you're using a sample split tool like in Studio One or other DAWs, but you don't want to use all the samples. You want to find out what they're doing and do your own thing along with what they're doing to kind of maybe make it a little bit different, or maybe have more control over what you're doing. And I kind of did the best of both worlds. Again, let me play this from the beginning. A real nice, simple beat, nothing really extravagant. You know, that's how he wanted it. He didn't want a lot of bells and whistles in it because he's going to be doing a lot with his vocal delivery and ad libs. And sometimes less is better. Less is better. That's what I'm learning. I'm a 55-year-old hip hop, boom bap, old school producer, and I'm still learning a lot of new things. And it surprised me that a young cat requested me to make something like that, because usually they either into drill, trap, or that other new style of rap that's out now. They're not really into stuff like this, but I guess things are changing. Things are changing. But anyhow, let me know what you thought about that. Give me a thumbs up if you dig what I'm doing. And I promise you guys, I'm going to be posting more videos. Probably going to be once a week, you know, because of my work schedule. But I'm going to try to do that with some different musical stuff. And let me know in the comments what you would like to know or talk about, shoot the breeze about. Like I said, I have an emphasis on Christian hip hop. I love that. That's what I mostly produce, but I also just like talking about good old music, right? As long as we keep it clean and don't go way out into the dark side. But anyhow, again, give me a thumbs up. And if you dig that, feel free to watch any of those videos up there. And want to take a step further, subscribe to my channel. So until the next time, I will see you on the next one. Peace.